3, 2, 1. Live. Good morning.
Blast off.
Blast off. Okay, let's see here. Good morning. It is Tuesday, February. Oh, when did I say February? January 28th, 2020. The one, the only January 28th of 2020 you're ever going to have. So welcome. It is all the coronavirus stocks are gapping down. So let's look at them. So NNVC, probably the sector leader, gapping down huge. Okay, so first of all, yesterday when we left, I was, what was I? I was long CBLI. And I was long CBLI. I was risking right here. I was risking 329. It breached my risk, so it took me out at 324. So I lost a little bit on it, and then it ended up coming back. I did not rebuy this. I was watching NNVC, and I ended up making over 1,000 yesterday. Ended up being a good day yesterday because of NNVC. I actually dip bought this at 12, and I sold into this squeeze right here up to 1390, and then I shorted up here. I think at like 1350 or 1345. Covered most of it, and then when it started coming back, I got out the rest, and then it squeezed up into the close. Now, I almost shorted into this around 16, but I didn't want to wake up to this, to a gap up. But then when it started failing, so that was yesterday. We'll get into today here in a second. TRIL, this was awesome. Not TRIL, LLIT. When this one yesterday, it put the dip in, it started putting in the higher lows, and then all the other coronavirus stocks were squeezing back. If you look at all of them yesterday, CODX came back, CBLI came back, NNVC came back. Well, APT didn't come back that well. But I was like, okay, all these coronavirus stocks are squeezing back, so what does that tell me? That tells me that LLIT has a good chance of squeezing back. Putting in the higher lows, I'm buying off a key support. I bought at $2.03. My first initial buy, it squeezed up to the 240s. I sold a quarter of my position right there. It pulled back. I rebought at 225, and then I held the rest. And I sold some more at like 260s, and then I sold some more up at like 325. And then this morning, when I noticed the virus stocks were gapping down and they were coming down, and this one was coming down in this little bounce, I got out the rest at 296. So that is where we are with that. Let's talk about the plan for this morning. If we look at when I saw I've already locked in almost 500 in gains, $481 this morning, and that is because of a short on not Invex but APT. How do I not it up? There it is. When I saw NNVC starting to fall, APT hadn't fell yet, so I got some short here at 750. I've covered most of it. I have a little bit left, not much. I actually shorted some more right in here at 710. So what I'm thinking is going to happen, I'm watching this one. I'm watching NNVC and what I think. So if we look at NNVC, I got orders to short more. Red to green on APT is 769. So I got orders to short at 740 and at 7 and it's 7, where's the other one at? 759. So I'm going to try to short into a bounce here. Henry thinks they're going to go up at the market open. He thinks they're going to immediately spike towards the red to green. I think they're going to flush and then bounce. I mean, who knows though? We don't fucking know. So my plan actually with, if you look at the 15-minute chart or even the 10-day, 30-minute chart, I'm thinking that if NNVC flushes, if at the open it panics down to $10, so you got support there, you got some tops, and then it found support here at $10 before. I'm thinking if it flushes down anywhere close to 10, I want to buy it into that flush. I'm gonna buy a morning panic right there, and then whenever it bounces back, short the bounce anywhere close to like 14, 15, 16. So it's a lot of volatility. So Henry thinks it's just going to squeeze straight up to close to 16. If it does that, if it squeezes, I'm going to short up here close to 16. If it panics,
$6 a share since pre-market.
And Henry makes a good case. It could spike at the open. If it does spike at the open, I'm going to be shorting at anywhere close to 16. If it panics at the open, I'm going to be buying down close to 10. So
because this is a lot of support in the 1250 range from yesterday.
okay, so also APT, same deal. Same deal. If this panics, if we get a panic, around a man, I don't know where I'd want to buy this, but I'd have to watch it. Probably near 6. Probably near 6. Maybe 650. I'm not sure. Wherever it finds a bid, buy it, and then sell into a bounce near green to red. If it spikes, I'm going to be shorting. Hold on just a second. Guys, what the hell's going on? Hey. Come on. Hey. Please. What's the deal? What's the big deal? Oh my gosh, I miss having my days where nobody was here. Okay, I got everybody here. Wife, kid, mother. All kinds of commotion in the background. Anyways, market's going to open pretty soon. We're going to see where these stocks go. We're going to see if they're going to spike. But we got a plan, though. That's what's most important. We got a plan for the open. If it panics, we got a plan. If it spikes, we got a plan. And we'll see what happens.
Okay, it's warm now. It's just warm.
Other than that, oh, one other thing about NNVC. One other thing in NNVC is NNVC they settled their lawsuit brought by a toxic financer, Hudson Bay, by giving them a bunch of stock. So it isn't a new offering. So basically the float is going to get a lot bigger, and now they're free to raise more money and do another financing. So that bodes well for shorts, actually. That's not good for them. Well, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good for the longs. So that's something to keep in mind, which makes me more. It's going to make me more aggressive on my short into a spike. something to think about. We got 50 seconds till the market open. Happy trading, everybody. Happy trading.
VXRT at 87 cents.
VXRT. Let me put that up here.
You want them in your
They have positive phase 3 news, right?
right there?
Yep. I got it with 6 million volume right now, so
Oh, it's looking good. So yeah, Henry bought down here on a dip at 80 something cents.
87.
I thought about buying it actually down here, but I just didn't want to have too much going on at the open.
10 seconds.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Blast off. Alright, so right now, I'm thinking we're going to get some panic right now to NNVC. Maybe not. It's holding. DXRT. Anybody capitalize today? I learned. We will markets open at 4 a.m. and lose some opportunity to sell. What time zone are you in? VXRT spiking, Henry.
No, I'm watching it.
Hitting high day scanner. Nice. You gonna sell it? You gonna sell it $1?
$1.25.
VXRT's got a float of 6.78 million. So right now the virus stocks are doing nothing. They're just consolidating, it looks like. VXRT spiking a bit. So good job, Henry. Henry bought off this consolidation zone. I don't know, man. I think I might have to sell some right here. Still going. Just hit a high of 107. Wow.
I'm patient.
It's got a pretty good daily on it. It's a breakout over the daily. See, look at the daily. So, look at that. Might be at 52-week highs. I'm not sure. Wow, this is way up there. $1. Makes me want to short it, but I don't want to step in front of the strength. Oh, and now we're getting the panic out of the virus stocks. So I'm gonna cover the rest of my APT short into this flush. All right, I just covered the rest of my APT short at 642. So now that we're getting some panic out of the virus stocks, I want to be looking for a short somewhere in these virus stocks or a long. Actually, APT.
I just bought CODX at 304.
CODX. CODX. Okay. I'm thinking about buying APT for a bounce into this panic. At 630, 640, I'm gonna buy 500 shares. Okay, I just bought into that panic at $6.31. If it panics more, I'm gonna add to my position. There goes NNVC. There's the panic out of NNVC. So ideally, remember we were talking about with NNVC buying it close to 10, but it may not get down to 10. It's got a lot of support from yesterday down at 1150. I'll just wait. I'll stick with my APT right now. So the low was 605. I think would have been nice to get that, but so, and then when these things start to bounce, we're going to short these bounces. OBCI setting up. Look at that one. Setting up for what? OBCI. Setting up for a short or a long? Setting up for a long, I'm assuming, is what you're talking about. Does it have news? Okay, we might be getting a bounce out of NNVC. It's kind of finding a bid over 1150. Here comes the bounce on NNVC. And APT starting to bounce. You guys want to turn the thing for her? Okay. Alright, here we go. Come on, bounce me. I might start in short at 7 on APT. And TRIL is up to 473. God, that stock does not want to die. ARMP hitting high day scanner from 4 to 550. It's a multi-month breakout on the daily chart. It's got a float of 9.81 million. And so far we are not getting too much. We're not getting too much buying. Okay, I put a stop loss in on my APT at 628 because it's not really, I think it's going to go lower before it goes up. So if it doesn't start bouncing now, I think it's going to go lower here in a second. It's not really bouncing. I think it's just kind of going like this, and it's going to continue lower. So maybe we'll look to dip by it a little bit lower. Maybe not though. Hopefully it bounces. NVCN bouncing nice off of 1150. It's up to 1230 now. How's your VX? What was it? VXTR? VXRT?
VXRT. Yeah, it's hanging out $1.05.
Did you sell any of that?
Nope.
Nope, not yet.
Just move my stop loss.
What'd you move your stop loss up to?
90, 95.
Did anybody buy the dips yesterday, midday, and sell into those squeezes?
You want more on? Yeah.
We had a nice power hour yesterday. I'm thinking NNVC is about to go lower. I don't want to short it here though. I'm thinking NNVC's or APT is going to go lower right here. I think it's just going to curl and then it's going to go lower. But I don't want to short here because I think later today it's going to find a bid and it's going to climb back.
ARMP is squeezing.
Yep, ARMP still going. Wow. Float of 9.81 million. So we'll throw this one on the watch list. ARMP. ARMP. There we go. ARMP. Nice move. Could have bought that little pullback right there next to VWAP and then caught this rip.
I'm in at 650.
Henry bought at 650. Damn, bro, that's way up there, man. It's up over $2 a share. It might keep going though.
I'm risking 640, so.
So Henry's in at 650, risking 640.
Oh, well, it hasn't took me out yet. Oh, there it just took me out. Damn it. Oh well.
I mean,
Didn't catch that one yet. I'm still watching.
so you could buy. I mean, I would think that the better entry would be right here, like on this little pullback at 627. You could buy right there, and then maybe on the next candle sell into a rip.
I'm watching.
Okay, here's the bounce coming from APT. So I'm still long that. APT, look at that, putting in a bounce. So I got to figure out a spot to start in short. Right now I'm long, but I'd like to start my short somewhere near 7. Oh, NNVC breaking or testing low a day at 1150. So if this, I'm gonna be patient on. If this thing goes down to 10, I'm buying it at 10. If it gets somewhere close to 10, I'm buying it there. But it might take a while for it to get down there. And
You got it on your hand?
APT, since NNVC is rolling over and just giving it up, I'm anticipating that APT is going to do the same thing here any second now. In fact, maybe I want to short here at 650.
I got back in at 650.
On APT?
ARMP. I sold into that squeeze, made $310. Oh,
So you got in at what price?
actually 659 and sold at 690.
Oh, wow. Jeez. You did that in about 10 seconds, huh?
About 15, 20 seconds, yeah.
Okay, I'm officially boxed in on APT now. I'm long from 630 and I'm short from 650, 653 actually. Because I'm thinking APT is just going to, because right now NNVC is just giving it up really, really hard. So actually I'm going to sell my long because I don't think this thing is going to, I think it's going to roll over before it goes up. And sell. Sell. What do you mean? It's not letting me sell for some reason. Can't figure out what's going on with my APT. I'm trying to sell it and it's not letting me. What the hell? Because I feel like it's about to roll over right now. Come on. Why is it not letting me sell? Okay, I don't know what's going on with it, but it's not letting me sell my APT, which might be a good thing because it's starting to go up. So since it's not letting me sell from the E-Trade Pro software, I'm going to have to go to the website and see if I can. Yeah, there it is. So I'm long that. I'm gonna sell this. I don't know why it's not letting me sell it from the E-Trade Pro. 6.50 preview. And so, what? Okay.
No?
Maybe now it'll let me sell. All right, I'm out. I'm out of my APT long. Probably sold it too early, which I always do. I want to scale into my short. So I'm going to scale in closer to 7. Looks like. Yep, we're watching it, Leroy. ARMP going. Actually, Henry already traded it. Let's look at it again. Yeah, it's a multi-month breakout on the daily chart. So it might have another move up. Could possibly buy it. Well, you could buy it right here maybe, or closer to VWAP. I'm not sure. Right now, my focus is on shorting the virus stocks. And then also, Henry's got VXRT that you haven't sold any of it yet?
No.
How long you plan on holding it?
I don't know. Well,
You don't know?
no.
So, I mean, it's got a gap to fill up to $2 on the daily chart. I don't know if you're that ambitious about it.
I'm not getting too excited about it yet.
I mean, you're in what, at 86 cents?
87.
87. I mean, you got 15 cents on it.
Patience, my dear Watson.
Henry says to have patience.
I'm letting them set up. If it starts, I mean, like I said, I got my stop at 95. If it takes me out, it takes me out.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. If it sets, if it holds over VWAP right here, you know, consolidates. Yeah, it could keep going. Holds over $1. That's real bullish if it holds over $1.
It's going to be a test here in the next couple minutes. It's a multi-month breakout. It's got.
Hey, are you still long CODX?
CODX.
Didn't you say you bought CODX?
Yep, it took me out.
Oh, I was about to say they just they announced closing of a $5 million registered direct offering price at the Market Business Wire. CODX.
Yep, I had my stop loss set. Awesome.
And TRIL's going red on the day. Maybe today's the day when it loses all its shit.
Did I tell you I'm in NH at $1.57?
That was on the top percent gainers list this morning.
Yeah, and I took a chance on it when did I buy it here?
So you bought this when? Yesterday or today?
No, today on that pullback this morning.
Oh, wow. Dang,
You know.
nice entry. Really nice entry.
So I got my stop loss moved to 160, so I can't lose on the trade right now, but I want to climb in so I can move it up higher and make more than 3 cents. Which is looking strong, so we'll see.
Yeah, that was an excellent entry, Henry.
It's gone up the last few days, just consolidating and going up and then consolidating. So
The SPY, another red day on the SPY. So the overall market's been losing. Let's look at the daily chart. Yeah, there it is. So yeah.
move my stop loss up to 1.8, so I'll be up 11 cents a share.
Bounce.
Whee.
Moved your stop loss up to what? Oh,
1.6.
nice.
So I'm up guarantee 10 cents. I just bought 1,000 shares. $100.
Alright, you're done then. Go wash your hands. Are you done?
Yeah. Oh, that's looking good, man. It's squeezing pretty nice right now, actually.
You want mommy to
Squeezing real nice. And my APT is rolling over. I got a good entry right there at that 650. We'll see if it puts in the double bottom.
dropping your food on the floor? You are done.
If it puts in the double bottom or puts in a higher low, then I'm just going to cover it. And then hopefully it grinds back up and goes higher so we can short it higher. NNVC just giving it up. Hardcore. Golly, man. Wish I would have took that short yesterday.
VXRT just took me out.
It didn't put enough bounce in for me to want to short it this morning. Guess I could have got some at 13. Look at that. We're testing 11 now with NNVC. What did you say, Henry? Say it again.
VXRT took me out.
Oh, bummer. Well, that's why you have a stop loss. And you didn't lose. You didn't lose on it, so you still made money.
Yeah.
Okay, APT flushing. Let's see if it's going to test 6. So I don't know if it's going to break low. I wish I had a bigger position. I only got half a position size. But I'm starting to get interested in a buy on NNVC. You know, I mean, it's down. It's down like
Yeah.
$6-7 a share, man. I mean, it's gonna have a bounce sooner or later. I don't know if that 11 was the spot to bounce. Maybe I should have bought there.
Yeah, is it going to get closer to 10?
That's what I was wondering. Maybe I should have bought it. I'll take a small starter piece. Buy. Okay, I bought some at 11. A small position, 11.15. At $11.15. I'm gonna risk 11 because I wanted it closer to 10, but so since it's further away from where I actually wanted it, I'm taking smaller size. So I got my stop loss in at 10.97. So if it breaches that, I'm gonna keep it tight and then try to rebuy later into more panic. All right, APT. Now I got to decide whether I'm going to cover my short here. Is it putting in the higher low right there? So I'm either going to cover it right there, or I'm not sure if I want to cover it right here, or it looks like it's putting in a higher low. It looks like it's finding a bid. Nope, it's going lower. It's going lower.
It's going down, down, baby.
Yeah. These virus stocks like NNVC, APT, they are going to bounce. It's just a matter of where. So NNVC looks like it's finding a bid at 11. It's bouncing off 11 pretty nicely right now. So I'm long at 11.15. I got the stop loss at 10.97. But if it busts through that 11, then we'll look to buy closer down to 10.50 or 10. I could just average down since I took a small position and just take bigger size when it gets closer to 10.50, but I think I'd rather just cut the 3-cent loss or cut the 15-cent loss, and then just buy a bigger position down further instead of going underwater with this position. I'll take the small loss. APT, I think, is finding a bid right here. God, I'm thinking about covering APT. I mean, well, every time I say that, it starts. Every time I think it's finding a bid, it starts to weaken up. It might go lower. So these shorts, this bounce may not happen for these on NNVC and APT. This bounce may not happen for a little while longer, but they will have a bounce. Almost every single time when stocks, they have these big parabolic moves and then they have these big crashes, you can almost always bet that they're going to have like a bounce, and you can capitalize on those. Like CLVS, like FCell, all of them. They'll have these big run-ups for 3, 4, 5, 6 days. They'll crash for 2 or 3 days, and then they bounce. There we go. Here's our bounce on NNVC. Now I've noticed that APT moves in sympathy with NNVC. So now that NNVC is starting to bounce, I'm thinking APT is going to find a bounce soon too. So it's up there. And APT is testing $6 now. Testing 6. Testing 6. Is it going to break past 6? Is it going to break down? Okay, I put in a cover order. If APT starts bouncing past $6.10, I'm gonna cover my shares because I think it might bounce back with NNVC because it's holding 6 right now. So this might be the spot where it bounces. So I got a stop loss in at $6.10. And I think it's gonna bounce off 6 APT. So you could actually buy. I think you could buy right here and be pretty safe buying off 6. If we look at let's look at the 15-minute chart. See, look at that panic. Oh, just took me out. So I took profits on APT at 610.
I just bought at 610.
I think it's a good buy right now, actually. I might buy actually some right here. Dang it, I missed. I don't want to buy at 617. Fuck. I'll put an order in at 612. Buy. See if I can get some at 613. All right, I got filled at 613 on APT. I'm gonna risk $6. I bought 1,000 shares. So now
I'm selling half at 640, and then I'm gonna just hold the other half to see what it does.
I'm with you there. Oops, wrong one. Okay. So now for the bounce. Let's see if we can get a bounce out of these things. So right now I'm up $1,027.
Woohoo!
Yep. I took profits into my ATP short into the panic, and then I bought it, sold into that bounce, and then shorted. Okay, what? Oh, okay. So NNVC just broke 11, and my stop loss got hit. So now I'm up $949. So now that NNVC is continuing to go down, it makes me nervous about APT going lower. So I'm gonna sell 1/4 of my position just to reduce my risk. I sold some at 117. If it bounces up to 625, I'm gonna sell another 1/4 up there. Because if NNVC is still going down, I'm thinking that this little bounce is going to be short-lived. We'll see though. Damn, look at that. NNVC all the way down to 1064. Okay, where are we going to buy this at? Woo! Buy down here. Okay, I'm going to start in on a starter down here at 10. Okay, I bought it at 10.55. Okay, and then I'm gonna add to my position at $10. I'm going to sell. I'm gonna sell the rest of my APT because I think it's gonna move in sympathy. Sold the rest of my APT at $6.11 because I think it's going to go further down because it looks like it's moving in sympathy with NNVC. It has been moving in sympathy with NNVC. All these coronaviruses are moving in sympathy with each other.
Yeah.
So there it goes, 610. Okay, all right. So I'm in at. My cost buy is actually 1060 on NNVC. About 500 shares. See if we can get a bounce now.
SPY's going up.
Are you still long APT?
Nope, just took me out $6.
Yep, it's going lower. I'm gonna put in the stop loss at. There we go. Nope, maybe not.
I'm even with the 300 profit I made on the ARMP and 150 I made on about 170 on VXRT. I lost that on NNVC and APT, so I'm about even. I'm gonna just sit back and watch these stocks for a while and see what's. I want some uptrend, some strength before I buy another stock now. Which I'm actually watching VXRT because it consolidated back down in the 88 cents again. Now it's at 94. We're pulling the trigger on that again here.
Oh yeah, so it dumped and then it's coming back a little bit. So I put in a stop loss back. It should be getting hit right now. Yep, took me out at 749. So I took another small scratch on an NVC. Where is it gonna find a bid? It's got to be finding support soon on this. I mean, if you look at the last, it should be finding support down here somewhere. So we got 1028. Buy. Okay.
Got a lot of support in the 9 range too, don't it?
All right, I bought again at 1025, and then I'm gonna add at 10. I'm gonna add at $10. So I'm gonna put in an order right now at 10:04. Put in an order at 10:04. What did you say? And you said it has a lot of support in the $9 range.
Yeah.
It's exact. You know, when I look at if I look at the 15-minute chart, you know, I'm looking at the tops from what day is that? From January 24th. I'm looking at the tops right there. It also found support. You know, it bounced off of that pre-market the next day.
Yeah. See that?
I mean, Jesus Christ, it's down fucking $7 a share. So, okay, so now here's the bid. It's coming back a little bit. Nice. So I'm long from 1025. Perfect. Now we should be getting a bounce.
Bounce, baby, bounce.
And APT's bouncing off $6 pretty nicely now.
Ready? Sound ready? Okay. Come on. Baby?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a nice bounce right here. Now, if I can just have the patience to hold to like $12, $13, that would be really great.
I have a buy order for 1,000 shares at $2 of LLIT.
That is probably a good move. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of support from yesterday at $2. That if you have a smaller account, this would be a good, because LLIT is probably going to move in sympathy with NNVC, and it's at a whole number at $2, and you know it's down over $1 a share off its highs from yesterday. So I like that buy a lot, actually.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but
you have the order in. You haven't got a fill yet.
nope. I'm gonna hold strong to try to get 2, but
I'm gonna have to buy some too. I think I'm just gonna buy it here at 206. I got an order in at 206. I'll risk $2, even if see if I get a fill. Fuck it, I'm gonna take it at 210.
I just got in. You talked me into it. I'm in at 208.
All right, I bought it 210.
I'm gonna risk $2 too. So.
Same here. So NNVC. There we go. 212. I probably should have waited for like I was afraid of missing out though. FOMO's a real fucking thing, man. I'm gonna put my stop loss in at 198.
But APT and NNVC, they're starting to go sideways a little bit, which is a good sign. A little consolidation to make it ramp upwards.
Yes, that is a good sign. I just gotta learn to be patient with the long now. When it does start bouncing, I gotta hold for more than just a few cents.
They're all like starting to go sideways. CODX is the same.
There we go, getting a nice bounce out of LLTI. So up almost 10 cents on it. I'm already wanting to start to sell right now, Henry.
You know what I'm gonna do, so.
Move your stop loss up.
Yep, I moved it already up to my 208 entry, so I can't lose on the trade now. So.
But it's probably okay. So it put in this little bounce. It's probably going to pull back. You know what I mean? And go sideways and chop around for a minute before before we get a bigger move.
That's the key, in my opinion. If it breaks 225, 230, it's a really good one. Just like I said, CODX is starting to come back. BT is starting to come back. The market's settling down a little bit, so
Is anybody out there in anything in YouTube land? You guys trade anything? Anybody listening in? Long? Anything?
Bueller.
Short anything?
Bueller.
No, huh? What about ARMP? What's that one doing?
Just gonna talk to you about that. It's starting to approach VWAP.
Oh, okay. So it's starting to set up for another push, for another leg up.
Yeah.
So yeah, ARMP, yeah, right here. Here's a buy signal on ARMP. Right here at 6. You could buy it. Well, I'd want it closer to the 660s. But yeah, you could buy it right here. I think you're gonna get a push towards high day. In fact, I'm gonna buy it. ARMP.
Damn, look at F-Cell.
Okay, I bought ARMP at 691.
591?
591. Which I'm not really happy with my entry. But here it goes. There's testing 6. There it goes. Boom. 605, 610. Bought it right off that support. I'm going to start selling anywhere close to 650.
Yeah, I got it at $6.
Oh, is it getting rejected by 6?
Trying.
I'm in at 691, so I think I'm going to risk 691. I'm not going to risk any money.
591.
Either goes right, 591. Either it goes right now or take me out. There we go. There we go. We got a bid over 6 now.
I don't know what to say. Oh.
Got a bid over 6. Come on. Let's go. Uh-oh.
Go say goodbye to Dad. Give Daddy a hug.
Okay, I'm gonna put a stop loss in at 589.
Go say
I think it's gonna pull back. I'm not trying to lose 30 cents a share on it. There we go. It took me out. I was wanting to either go right now, or, now I lost 3 cents on it, which is fine. Took a scratch, but if it pulls back here, closer to the 570s, I might try to rebuy it there.
I have my stop at 588.
And we're getting in a nice bounce on LLTI right now.
Where's it at? Oh yeah, sweet. I gotta move my stop loss up.
I'm gonna sell some right now.
Move my stop loss up to 216.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Man, it took me out, and then ARMP. There it goes. Boom.
I'm still in it.
Nice. LLTI. I had my top loss. I had my stop loss too tight on ARMP. I just did. I've got nice profits on the day, and I don't want to give them back. So that's why I kept the stop loss so tight. Look at it. There it goes. Now it's squeezing. Nice work, Henry. Way to stay in there, man.
So I got my stop loss moved up to 615. I'm not gonna put it at 588, and it hit 589. So I got lucky by 1 penny.
I sold my I sold half my LLTI at 223. So now I'm going to put it back. I'm going to put my stop loss back in at 199 and then let it work for a while, the LLTI. So that's in, and I'm thinking about taking a piece off of NNVC at 11. probably am selling a little premature, don't you think, Henry?
What one?
NNVC. No, I'm going to sell half up here. And then I can add back. Okay, so I sold half my NNVC. I sold half my NNVC at 1089 from 1025. But what I can do is it's probably going to come in and put a lower high in, and when it puts the lower high in, maybe around 1050, I'll look to add back. I'll look to add back as it bounces. I'd say my absolute goal would probably see VWAP coming in. So later today, I'll probably look to sell the rest of my position at somewhere near VWAP. Maybe at 1150. Probably around there. And this ARMP trade is working out nice for you, man.
Holding strong.
I think it looks like it's gonna come back and try to test high day.
Yeah.
Or it might, sometimes when they spike up, they put in like a little pivot point. So it'll pop up, it'll pull back, and then it'll put in like a higher low, and then it'll come back later today and squeeze it out. Oh shit! Death candle. Ouch.
It's alright. Took me out. I made $300. So, because I sold into that squeeze, I sold half of my shares. So, but that might be a buy right there.
That's what I was just thinking. At the 650 level, shook a lot of people out. You know, some of the shorts are going to be covering into that, covering part of their position. Oh, Mark Crook is long NNVC for bounce, 1K. He bought it at 10:12 a.m. So he bought NNVC at that's 10:12 Eastern time. So that he bought it right here. So he's probably long from like the 1060s. So he's seeing the same thing that we are. And I'm going to look to add, as this thing kind of rolls over a little bit in NVC, I'm going to look to add it around in the 1060s, 1050s. In fact, I'm going to put in an order right now. I'm thinking probably... I'm going to put an order at 1062. Buy. So I got to order to buy an NVC to add back at 1062. And if I don't get filled and it just keeps going up, oh well, I guess I'll just have to get paid more. Paid.
That's right.
Leroy said ARMP about to dump. It did, didn't it? I don't know, man. It's finding a bid down here. Over 550.
Buyers are coming in, saving it.
Ready to go now? Your friends are waiting.
I'm kind of interested in buying it.
I got back in at 570.
I don't blame you. And NNVC, it might not even pull back to the 1060s. It may just keep going up.
Come on, ready to go.
I could take off all my positions right now and be up about 1,300 on the day and be finished.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, look at NNVC. There it goes. I'm not even going to get my ad. It's just going to go up. And I'm going to, and I guess I'll just have to I always sell too early, but whatever. It's okay. It's just gonna go up, and I'll just have to take my profits up here. If it goes to 11.50, I'm taking it off. Actually, when it gets up to VWAP, I mean, I'm watching this for a short. I want a short. Ultimately, I want a short on this.
Oh, no, I'm bullish on it. It's got freaking over $7 that it dropped since pre-market. It's got to come back a couple bucks. I mean,
Oh, for sure. I agree 100%. My goal should probably be high a day. Should be close like to 12.50.
yeah.
Heaven forbid I hold a stock long for
That.
more than 20 minutes. And ARMP, you risking 550?
I forgot all about my NH.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, that's $2.
Oh, he forgot about his NH. Oh shit! Look at it, it's squeezing. Take your profits up here, bro.
I just sold.
Awesome. Oh, dude, how cool is that? Where's Ken at?
He's upstairs. Playing.
I looked at my other chart and I seen it was up 50%. I'm like, oh shit.
Trying to get the steps to the top of the stairs.
I'm moving my LLIT back to my risk is just gonna be my entry 210 or 209. I don't want to risk 10 cents on it. I don't want to get back any money.
Money, money, money.
Did anybody buy NNVC or APT? I haven't looked at APT. Need to get APT up here. Anybody buy anything? Or are you guys just sitting on the sidelines watching? Oh, APT. There it is. Look at that.
It's grinding. It's following NNVC.
Oh, I'm wanting to short it now, Henry.
What one?
No, it's not ready to short. It needs more of a bounce. APT. It needs more of a bounce. All these stocks need more of a bounce before I can short them.
Remember I told you about CODX? I fucking didn't buy it. Damn it. I could have got it at 265. It's about to test $3. Son of a bitch. That one had a better squeezer out of all these virus stocks.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was, well, yeah, it's, you know, you'd be up 30 cents a share on it. Yeah, that one's...
There's
nice
just too many.
squeezer.
There's like 6 stocks moving right now, and it's like, ugh.
I know, yeah, there's too many of them. It's like, which one do you choose?
Yeah, I forgot about NH. You know, luckily I caught it. Freaking.
Yeah, it's dumping right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to short CODX right now into this little pop near 3. Is that a bad idea, Henry? I think it's probably a bad idea. It's probably going to bounce higher. But it's also near that resistance zone.
Yeah, it's got the resistance at 295 I'm showing on the level 3, and but if it pushes through that, breaks 3, then it's got...
Alright, FOMO got the best of me. I shorted CODX at 290. I'm going to risk 3 though. I think it's going to pull back. Maybe not though. I mean, NNVC's bouncing, APT's bouncing, you know. But here's a little pullback. I might just scalp it for like 15-20 cents.
If they can bounce off VWAP and take off.
So I'm thinking all these stocks, like, okay, so red to green, like CODX. Red to green is 343. It's way up here. Ideally, that's where I want to be shorting at. I don't want to be shorting way the fuck down here.
And NVC just broke over 11.
Yes, it did. So I don't like this short. I think that was a FOMO play on CODX, and I think that it's probably going to bounce more because it's got to be moving in its sympathy with NNVC and APT, which are both bouncing. So I always get early on my short, so I'm covering for a 3-cent win on it. I'm going to be patient with my short entry. Come give Daddy a hug. My daughter just said no, she's not going to give me a hug. Or, oh, she's talking about her shoes. Well, I wouldn't want to wear those shoes either, babe. Oh. No, she's... I've got a very ornery 2-year-old, man. She's... I hate changing her diaper. She always kicks around, grabs her diaper, flings it against the wall. You know what I mean? One day,
3,482 not to have kids.
one day, when I'm like 80 years old, if I live that long, and my kids are wiping my ass, I'm gonna gladly let them wipe my ass, and I'm gonna talk shit while they do it. Hi, baby. Daddy loves you. Okay? Daddy loves you. Yeah, Grandma. Anyways, so yes, I'm gonna do all the shit that she did to me. I'm gonna be like, my
I guess throw your diaper against the wall.
Oh, look at CODX. I love it on days. I love it days whenever it's like everything you do, it's just the right thing.
Oh, you held strong? I thought you covered your short.
I did cover.
Oh.
I did. I just think it's gonna go higher.
Yeah, I might just pull back a little bit, low VWAP here, and then grind more.
And the only reason I think that is just because of NNVC. You know what I mean? Look, and all these virus stocks are moving in sympathy. This is such like the last
quite a bit. So I mean,
the last 2 days. I don't know how long you guys out there in YouTube land have been trading, but sector momentum is so powerful. When you get sector momentum, you saw it yesterday. All those stocks, they crashed at the open, and then you dip by them, and then they all just bounced super strong. And they all just moved together. That's why this morning when I seen NNVC flushing pre-market. That's why, and APT hadn't flushed yet. That's why I shorted it. And LLIT is back up to 225 now, so I'd love to see 240. I'd probably sell the rest of mine at 240 if it could get there. TRIL going red on the day. Probably won't stay red though. Mark Crook is out of NNVC. Don't trust it. He's already out. I'm thinking about getting out right up here at 11.17. Never. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm up $1 a share on it. Almost $1 a share.
Be patient and hold it.
I know, because it's probably going to bounce most of the day.
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of, on my level 2s and stuff, a lot of sells in the high 11s, starting at 11.25, 11.50, 11.75, 11.90, and then it goes into the 12, 12.25, 12.50. I think it's just going to grind, pull back a little, grind, pull back a little.
Oh shit, my computer is not charging for some reason. I'm running out of juice. I think my charger broke. Babe, where's your charger at? Melissa, where's your charger at? Your charger? Your computer. Yes, I need it. My computer's about to die. Okay, if my computer dies, the live stream will die, and you'll know why. I've got 22% battery left. You don't know where it's at?
Spot is squeezing.
There's ice on the window. Ew, that is so gross.
So, what about the Super Bowl? Anybody got their picks? Chiefs or Niners? Put in the chat. Post your pick. Maybe it's my computer. Oh, okay, there we go. No, I think my charger died on me. It's a second charger that's died on me. Fuck. It's annoying. Let's see here. Oh, NNVC. There it goes. Going higher. I mean, if it hits 1150, Henry, I don't think I can hold it any longer than that, man. I don't want to pay attention to this thing all damn day. APT.
Leave him alone.
Oh, look at that. 1128.
Are you listening?
Ugh.
He's not too
I mean, I'm up $1 share on it. Man. It's having a tough time, that 1125 area.
Perfect quarter mark, so.
Wake up, Roman.
There we go, 1125. 1130.
Is that what Roman does?
I'm gonna sell, Henry. I can't hold it any longer, bro.
Why don't you just, I don't know, do what you want.
Move my stop loss up. I did.
Yeah.
I got a stop loss. Took me out. I added 1128. All right, I'm out of NNVC, and since I'm out of NNVC, I think I'm just gonna get out of LIT. Move my stop loss up on that one. So as long as that one stays over 214. I told you, man. Support was gonna be in the low 10s somewhere. Oh, look at that. Right, look at NNVC. Right when it started to squeeze, I got out. Right when it started to squeeze. Look at that. Oop, speaker. Hello, Henry? I lost you for a second. Hello?
I can hear you.
There you are. Yeah, right when it started to squeeze, I got out. Damn it, man. Oh, why do I always do that?
Because you don't like listening to me.
All right, now I'm starting to get interested in the short. There's our bounce. Okay, I took a starter short at 1153.
There's Brian getting in there.
Starter short. Okay. It's not. I only took a quarter of my size of what I want. Maybe it'll squeeze to 12. I hope it squeezes to 12. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna put in an order to short some more at 11.95, 94. Damn it! Where do? Hello, Henry. You keep leaving.
Figure it out, Canadian.
McKenna, come on.
What are you doing?
The car's running. All right, go put your boots on.
Oh my!
Come on. Where's your boots? Come on. Put your boots.
All right, I shorted some TRIL.
Here.
And
Put your other sock.
shorted some TRIL at 452.
Okay.
It's going red on the day and it's dumping. Shorted some TRIL on. It's going red on the day and it's dumping right now. Red to green was
Put your boots and socks.
455.
McKenna.
Woo, she sounds happy.
Told you.
I think you showed it in NNVC too early.
You're probably right. That's why I took a quarter size. That's why I took a smaller size, because I always short it too early. Or I'm usually early. You know? And
She listens to me when you guys aren't around.
yeah, right, mother. My mom said, yeah, my kid listens to her when we're not around.
She does.
Sure.
She does.
Okay, I'm selling sold the rest of my LLIT long, which might be a mistake. Look, see, it's starting to roll over to 1150, man.
Yeah, I might pull back to 11.25. It's getting bought up quite a bit at 11.50 though.
TRIL.
The $half mark.
Is today the day when TRIL crashes? I mean, is today the day?
It's today the day Brian wants it to be.
Yep, it's dumping. I got it at 452 right there when it went red on the day. Little bounce. I mean, I kind of thought that all these coronavirus stocks, it's taken away from TRIL's luster, you know, so volume's not coming in like it was. It's not that hot like it was last Thursday and Friday. See, look at the volumes tapering off. But if the volume continues to taper off like this and it just holds and it consolidates and goes sideways on the daily chart, that's very bullish. Because when it holds its gains and it holds its gains up here high like this, that means that it's setting up for another leg up higher, up to a squeeze over 5. So we'll see if it breaks down right here. I'll risk 450. And NNVC. I almost added another 250 shares at 1150, but I was scared, Henry. You had me scared. Down to 11. See, now the trend is still intact here. This could just be a little pullback. Buyers come in, buy it up, and then it keeps squeezing higher. We'll see. And I got out of my LLIT long too quick. It's totally. It's totally. I should still be long LLIT.
Yeah, I'm still on it. I just
Look
raised
at
my
it. Look, now it's putting in the higher lows. Now it's squeezing up. I should have held that one. It's amazing how bad, you know, I was Me and Henry were talking about this earlier. Nice fade on CODX. How long has everyone been trading? I'm going on 2 years. Come on, guys, respond. Yeah, so me and Henry were talking about earlier today that it's amazing how it's amazing how bad I can trade and how shitty I almost fuck up every single trade. How I can fuck up almost every single trade and still make money. Like this month, I've traded really bad this month, and I checked my P&L for the month of January, and I'm up over. Right now, I'm up over 4,000 now. I'm close to 5,000, up almost 5,000 on the month, and I have screwed up. I've made some really bad mistakes this month, so that should give people a lot of hope that you definitely don't have to be perfect. You don't even have to come close to perfect to make money in this game. Just got to respect your risk.
Well, you can also look at it this way. Every time you make a trade, you got a 50% chance of picking the right one. It's either going to go up or down.
Yeah, my win-loss ratio on my trades is like 53% because I load all my trades up onto a website, and it creates a graph of how I'm doing, and it gives me statistics on what my win-loss percentage is, what I've won, where my biggest losses are, where my biggest wins are, and I'm right about 53% of the time. But it's all about respecting your risk, because if you let your winners run a little bit more, and you cut the losers quick, then it doesn't matter. So
I got back in ARMP at 539 when it started grinding up there.
Oh, wow.
So I got my stop loss moved up to 545 right now.
It's a pretty good entry, dude. I wish you would have said something like fucking 20 cents ago. I probably would have hopped in that with you. You know I'm not going to buy it up 30 cents higher now. Come on, Henry.
I couldn't talk to you.
Oh, I was too busy running my mouth.
No, we couldn't hear you a couple things. You have to go back and look at the chat. Like you were super.
It's because my Bluetooth on my phone got connected to my car. My mom was taking my kid to school, and when she turned on the car, you got synced up with. You were in the car.
Yeah. So.
All right, and
TRIL now.
TRIL's starting to look like another short trap.
LLIT took me out I had my stop loss at 215, so I made 7 cents on that trade.
Yeah, it's rolling over. It's getting rejected by that 225 area. So 450 is going to be my risk with TRIL. Probably 452, 53. I'll put the stop loss in. Other than that, things are kind of settling down.
Yeah, it's probably a good time to wrap it up.
So the game plan. You're still long NNVC, right, Henry?
Yep.
So what's your plan with this?
I got my stop loss set, and I'm going to go take a nap. And
what's your stop loss at?
11.25.
Okay, so as long as it didn't hit 11.25, he's going to stay in the trade.
I did, when your phone was all jacked up too, I did get back in NH at 193 on that pullback. It's at 224 right now. So I got that stop loss moved up too now.
Damn,
to 210.
man. This thing just blew through fucking $2.
Yeah, so I got my stop loss at 210. So
Wow, look at this
I'm at-
move, bro. Nice pick. This one's definitely staying on the watch list. Gotta keep an eye on this son of a bitch. Damn. So you're in at what price? At
193.
Okay. And what are you trying to sell at?
No idea, man. I got my stop loss at 210. So
Okay, so as long as it doesn't hit that. What about
Yep.
ARMP?
ARMP actually just took me out at 550. So I bought it at 539, out at 550. Literally just took me out. So only made 11 cents there, but I'll take it.
And then,
Your 100 there adds up.
so for me, I've got my short on NNVC. So I'm short at 653. So I'll probably risk probably the high of this. Well, I don't know. If it goes higher, I might short more. But I'll probably put my stop loss in at, I'm in at 653, so
1153.
1153. Probably risk VWAP. It gets over 1170, I'll cut the trade and then try to reshort higher. So that's the plan with NNVC. TRIL is my only other position. I'm short that one right now. And this one, it looks like a short trap right now. You think it's going to break down. You think it's going to give it up. And it's done this multiple times where you think it's going to give it up. But if you look here, this is the 15-minute chart. So you got to pull back. It consolidates, pushes up. Pull back, consolidates, pushes up, and now still setting in these higher lows. So as long as this keeps setting in these higher lows, this chart is definitely not broken yet, and it can still come back. So this could be a short trap. I'm just going to put my stop loss in. I'm in at 453, so I'm going to put it in at 452. And as long as it doesn't come back and go green on the day, because even though it doesn't have a lot of volume, like I said, if this thing just holds up near its highs, and just hangs around, and it just hangs around, then all of a sudden one day it gets some volume, and it'll just push past and squeeze up to 5. And
Damn, it took me out at 210.
on which one?
NH.
Oh, NH.
So I did that. I did 2 trades on that. Made $280. So
Nice.
take that.
So that's the plan with TRIL and NVC. Henry, I think you're pretty much out of everything except for, so right now me and Henry are opposite. He's long in NVC, risking 1120. What was it?
1120. I moved it.
1120.
Yep.
And I'm risking 1170 on my short. So who knows which one of us is right. The most important part is that both of us have defined risk, and we are going to adhere to those risks. So neither one of us are going to risk disaster. That's
Yeah. Well, just took me out. So.
So now Henry can go take a nap. How much money you make today, Henry?
Only about $400.
I know it feels like peanuts compared to yesterday, huh?
I know. That's what I was. Well, I started off. I was down, so I clawed back to come ahead. So
Well,
I'm
that's
happy
good.
with $400.
So yeah, $400 is not a bad day. Right now I'm up $1,444.32. And
Can't make $9,000 every day.
and I know shit, huh? And I still got two. And I got 2 other positions that I'm currently green on right now. So as long as those stay going my way, then I'm gonna stay in the trade. But if not, so be it. So, anyways, I think that's about it. Thank you.
I'm making a prediction though that NNVC is going to hit $14 today at some point. I don't know when, but it will.
You know what? And I pray Henry's right, because
Probably wants to short it.
that would, because you know what? It'd be so, if this thing, God, I would love for this thing NNVC to get to $14. That would be fucking amazing. I mean, okay, let's look at it from yesterday. Hypothetically speaking, later in the day, let me get the 5-minute chart out. 5-minute chart. So let's look at yesterday's resistance levels. So hypothetically speaking, Henry's right. This thing comes back, because it could come back. It could put in a higher low down here, find some support, and then push back. But I think it's going to have a lot of resistance here in the 13s. And then the next level of resistance would be, you know, probably 15 looks, you know, 1450s to 15. If it got to 14, I would definitely take. I'd probably short 1,000 to 1,500 shares if it got that high.
Just with the way the stock's been going for the last few days, it's just down too much for not to squeeze a few bucks. I don't know. That's just.
And I think you're right, Henry.
It's just my long biased opinion, but that's why we're not professionals. This is all for pure entertainment. Legal disclaimer.
You're right. So yes, if you look at the daily chart, look at that. Perfect dip buy. Perfect dip buy. Henry's probably right. This thing is probably will bounce for maybe it might bounce for a couple of days. So right up in here, this range, 14s. Actually, I'm thinking Henry's probably more right than wrong. Razor, you're going on 14 weeks. Just hang in there and don't trade real money, man. Razor, don't trade real money. Just paper trade on Thinkorswim or E-Trade, and prove to yourself that you can become, you know, profitable in a simulator, so you can get used to all the mechanics, and just keep watching the charts. Getting screen time is the most important thing, man. You got to get lots of screen time. You gotta, you know, watching these stocks move, and you get like an intuition and a feel for them, and you see so many different situations. Because I started whenever I was trading, whenever I had only been studying for like 3 months, I was trading immediately, and I would be, certain things would happen and I wouldn't know what to do, so I'd be kind of stuck with like deer in the headlights. So that's where that screen time is real important, because once you've seen so many situations, then you know how to react, and you don't panic, you don't freak out, and you don't have the emotional roller coaster as when you're brand new. So I'm with you, Henry. I think this thing is going to come back. I'm always early on my short. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to take my $50 win right now and pray that it goes higher, so I can short higher later today or tomorrow. So I'm going to cover right now. Alright, I'm out of my NNVC short. I'm going to pray that this thing grinds back and goes higher. I think it probably will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking the setup it's starting to do. So
yeah, I just put in the higher low right here at 11.
Yep.
It bounced off 11, perfect, and now it's coming. Shit, that was probably the spot to buy. Right there at that $11 mark. But I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna mess with the long right now. I'm just gonna come back later today for power hour, and hopefully it sets up for a short for me. In any event, oh yeah, I'm glad you learned a lot, dude. It's a fun way to make money. It's definitely a fun way to make money. It's a whole lot of fun. It's a great way to make money. Every day when I wake up, I'm super excited check out the markets and be here and see what's going on and see what opportunities are awaiting me, you know? So, I mean, Christ, it's you know, I live in Central Time. It's 10 a.m. here. It's 9:54 a.m. here, and I've already made, you know, I've already made $1,500. I mean, Christ, man, I can go out about the rest of my day and do whatever the hell I want now. I don't have to. Granted, I do have another job, so I gotta go do that bullshit. But in any event, everybody probably won't be back until Friday, as far as the live stream goes. So, other than that, I mean, that could change, but most likely Friday we'll be back for another live stream. So, everybody trade safe. Yes, TRIL. TRIL might be giving it up, making a new low. Fuck yeah. Give me that shit. So, how much would you recommend on risking with an $1,100 account? I mean, if you're trading with $1,100, oh, you're asking how much would I risk? I would say no more than 5% of that. So, I probably wouldn't risk any more than like $50 on any trade with an $1,100 account. So, you got to really pick your entries, you know. And so, I mean, I know you want to make money right now, but what I would do if I were you, instead of trading that $1,100, I would just leave that $1,100. I would go and work another job or whatever and just keep adding money into that. Just keep, like, say you get a second job, right? And you just, all the money you make from the second job, just keep adding into that $1,100. In the meantime, do paper trading with Thinkorswim or E-Trade or, you know, do one of those, or Interactive Brokers has paper trading too. Do paper trading with them and get the screen time in right now, and don't risk your money, and prove to yourself that you can make money in a simulator. Make money that way, and prove to yourself, and get that screen. That screen time is so important. You need the screen time. You need to watch the charts every day, and just be dedicated to that. Meanwhile, adding to your real money account through like a second job, because it's really hard to make money off of just $1,000. It's tough, you know. Ideally, I would probably, if I were going to recommend that you start with any amount of money, I would say probably $5,000, and you can have 2 accounts because you're under PDT. You have 2 accounts, so you have 6 day trades a week, and then each trade, you know, you take a $2,000 to you take a $2,500 position, because, you know, you're trying to make 10% on each individual trade that you enter. You're trying to make 10%. That's your goal, and you don't want to risk 10%. You only want to risk probably at most 5%. I only risk. I try to only risk like anywhere from $200 to $300 a trade. And for me, that's, you know, a lot of positions I'm taking $5,000 to $10,000 positions. So that gives you an idea of how tight I'm trying to keep my risk. You know, sometimes it gets away from me though. So anyways, we'll be back Friday. Take it easy, everybody. Be well.
Later.